Robbinsville High School has been selected for the Great Smoky Mountains National Park Stewards Grant and is one of the 20 high schools that have been chosen throughout the nation to participate. The Park Stewards program, sponsored by the University of Phoenix, gives high school teachers and students the opportunity to explore the relevance of national park to their lives and enables them to become civically engaged stewards of their national parks through year-long service learning projects. These service learning activities allow students to apply academic knowledge and critical thinking skills along with physical skills to address genuine needs of the park. Students in my classes travel to the park 3 times this semester doing research with rangers and scientists on a variety of different topics. We traveled to the Appalachian Highland Science Learning Center on Purchase Knob in Haywood County, North Carolina. The Learning Center is located on 535 acres that is contiguous with the rest of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The buildings and land at Purchase Knob were donated by Catherine McNeil and Voight Gilmore. This became home to one of 5 learning centers created by Congress to support research in the national parks and to transmit information generated here to the public. Phenology is the study of change in plants and animals. Students at Robbinsville High School, or as I like to say, our citizen scientists, have been helping rangers collect data from specified individual trees in phenology plots at Deep Creek, Purchase Knob, and Oconaluftee, all in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The observations the students notate are when trees leaf out, bloom, when leaves color, and when trees drop their leaves. These observations present a look at long-term trends and give us clues about the larger picture of climate change in the park. This data is then reported to the National Phenology Network, which monitors information from all over the United States. Students also have their own tree phenology plot at Robbinsville High School. Students have mapped and recorded GPS coordinates of their individual trees and collect the same data every week on campus as they did in the park plots. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is known as the salamander capital of the world. Park biologists monitor plants and animals in the park to make sure they are healthy. Salamander monitoring in the Smokies is very important because salamanders are considered bioindicators due to their sensitivity to environmental change. In other words, salamanders can tell us the health of our environment. Robbinsville High School students did salamander studies at Purchase Knob using the tree cookie method. The tree cookies are actually tree cross-sections designated by letters and numbers that are placed in a plot on the forest floor, sort of like salamander condos. Students are instructed in correct data collecting methods for looking under tree cookies. If they do find a salamander, it will be weighed, measured, and identified by species. The salamander is then placed carefully back under the tree cookie for another day.
All right, let me get right here. See if we catch any salamanders today.
All right.
Ready? One. Does everybody have a bag? No. Oh, sadness.
Yep.
Do what?
11:45.
Students got to participate in a stream ecology lesson at Deep Creek by monitoring benthic macroinvertebrates in the park. Benthic means bottom-dwelling, macro means visible to the naked eye, and invertebrate means animal lacking a backbone. Benthic macroinvertebrates serve as good indicators of the overall stream health. Different macroinvertebrates have different reactions to pollution. Some are very tolerant and can live in any water conditions, but others are very sensitive and can only survive in good water quality conditions. As a result, the presence or absence of macroinvertebrates can effectively illustrate the conditions of our local streams, rivers, and lakes. This is why they are called bioindicators.
We've got one more container.
It looks like it's in
Look.
the
You want to look?
There's so many different bugs on here.
Oh, there is a lot of bugs on there. Got to figure out which bug it is.
Is that? Can't tell.
This bug looks like it's got fur.
It's coming out. I don't see mine. There ain't none.
Water chemistry was also a part of the lesson. Students assessed the quality of water in Deep Creek by measuring chemical variables using data probes. The chemical parameters students used investigating water quality conditions were alkalinity, velocity, conductivity, dissolved oxygen, nitrates and phosphates, pH, temperature, turbidity, and transparency or clarity of the water. Robbinsville High School students also visited the Oconaluftee Visitor Center and the Mountain Farm Museum in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The Mountain Farm Museum, a collection of historic log buildings gathered from throughout the Smoky Mountains, are preserved on a single site. Buildings include a house, barn, apple house, spring house, smoke house, and livestock. Students have had the opportunity to take a glimpse back into the past to see the rich culture of the area and possibly their own ancestors. No mountain homestead, though, would be complete without an outhouse.
What do you think those corn cobs are for? What do you think the corn cobs are for?
Biscuits, eggs, and country ham, and a heap of fried potatoes. The other night I met a gal, she set my heart a-twitter when she told me she knew how to make a great corn fritter. I told her I can't eat no more because I'm getting fatter. Minutes later I forgot.
Students also visited Mingus Mill. Built in 1886, this historic grist mill uses a water-powered turbine instead of a water wheel to power all of the machinery in the building. Here, corn was ground into meal and wheat into flour for over 50 years for the mountain community near Mingus Creek. In place of a wooden water wheel, a small steel turbine provided power to turn the mill's stones and machinery. The National Park Service rehabilitated the mill in 1968, and Mingus Mill operates during the summer as a historical exhibit.
Cornbread's done. Your Martha White and Betty Crocker all rolled into one girl.
At Oconaluftee, students also searched for and identified snails, learning why scientists are concerned about snail populations and the role snails play in the soil food chain. Snails can be found anywhere, but prefer a habitat offering adequate moisture, an abundant food supply, and available source of lime and calcium. The majority of snail species in the park are calcium-based, and snails are an important part of the soil's food chain. Snail shells are a prime source of calcium for animals and wild birds that need to boost calcium for egg laying. Bird declines are associated on years of acid rain, which have appeared to reduce land snail numbers. Katie?
One has more swirls than the other.
Okay.
And on the ends, one's like turned up, and the other one isn't.
Okay,
That's
cool.
much.
Here for me too.
And that's rounded, pointed out. Rachel looking inside.
Oh, you just stabbed me.
That's deep ridges.
Students have been recording nature journal entries since the beginning of the semester. A nature journal is a place to record your activities and observations and develop a relationship with the natural world. Journaling has provided the students with an opportunity to study the evolving natural world and to develop a greater awareness of the earth around them. Students have included in each journal entry date and time, location and place, the weather. They've recorded the temperature, wind direction, cloud patterns, and cloud cover. They also have recorded first impressions, taking a minute of silence to listen and writing down what they hear. They've also made ground observations, 3 drawings, drawing everything actual size, giving the measurements and labeling each drawing. Overhead observations, looking up, and have drawn their tree and illustrating any objects in the sky such as clouds. And last, reflection. They've had to write at least 3 sentences comparing today to last week's reflection in regards to changes in their tree.
Well, we just record our location, our dates, times, and usually the weather like temperature, wind direction, cloud patterns, and cloud covers. And today it looks lightly cloudy for cloud patterns. And wind direction, we figured it out. We kind of see where the sun rose, and then we got a real compass and we were kind of roughly right. That's all I have to say.
Students conducted interviews with elders in the community, filming these interviews with flip cams purchased with the Park Stewards grant. The interviews consisted of a series of questions dealing with weather and climate change. The questions ask if the participants currently had a garden or if they'd had one in the past, if they seemed to be planting or harvesting crops earlier or later in the season, if they thought summers and winters were milder or cooler or harsher than what they remembered as a child growing up, and if plants seemed to be blooming out and leafing out earlier in the season.
My name is Hannah Garrison, and I'm going to be interviewing Perry Waldroop on a weather questionnaire. Are winters milder or harsher than you remember as a child?
Well, I can remember when I was young, the creek behind my house freezing from one bank to the other, and us actually walking back and forth across on the ice, and I've not seen anything like that in years.
Hey, my name is Caitlin Carringer, and I interviewed my grandparents Artie Carringer and Asa Carringer with a weather questionnaire. Do you currently have a garden or have had one in the past?
We had 3 this year.
We've had the garden for 51 years.
And usually what we do, we eat what we can, and what we can't, we can't.
What about the summers? Are they warmer or cooler than normal?
I would have to say they would be warmer because growing up, we stayed in the sun. We were playing softball all summer long, did not have air conditioners, and it just seems like that nowadays you just have to be, or me, I have to have an air conditioner room or house. And growing up, we just didn't. We very seldom even had a fan going.
Each year, at least one Robbinsville High School student has been selected as the Great Smoky Mountains National Park High School Summer Intern. This student assists with park resource management and trail crews, researchers working in the field, and with junior ranger programs in the park. This grant will allow the park to hire an additional intern at Robbinsville High School for the summer of 2013. A total of 13 interns have participated for the past 9 years. Robbinsville High School would like to recognize our past citizen scientists. Summer 2003, Dylan Jenkins. Summer 2004, David Moore. Summer 2004, Michael Aiken. Summer 2005, Casey Cook. Summer 2005, Josie Bedoya. Summer 2007, Lucas Hensley. Summer 2007, Chad Caldwell. Summer 2007, Ashley Ledford. Summer 2008, Lauren Griggs. Summer 2009, Hannah Eck. Summer 2010, Tyler Offhammer. Summer 2011, Kellen Jones. Summer 2012, Alex Walsh.
On behalf of Robbinsville High School, I would like to thank the following: National Park Foundation, University of Phoenix, Great Smoky Mountain National Park, in particular Ranger Emily Darling and Ranger Bethany Bittinger, and most of all the faculty and staff at Robbinsville High School.
Thank you!
How are we starting?
Greetings from Mingus Mill Farming Plot.
You want me to walk to that one or that one? So, either one. Let's go and come right back.
Do the chicken dance since we're back.
Attaboy, Connor. Push up through there. Oh my gosh.
Say hey!
Hey!
Not because of the weather, but because we can bring them indoors. Because we have a hoop house. What's so funny about that? Our winter's milder.
And the trees, the leaves just fell off and they died.
My favorite thing was journaling. And we see how the
We are now done with our field trip to Mingus Mill. Haley, I video it.
Mingus Mill!
Yeah. Ooh, we're on the bus.
On the way back, yay.